What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you rocking with me as always. Wanted to do that recently sold update video for you. I realize I haven't done one of these since October. Most of you weren't even watching the channel back then. A lot of you came on with the V8, I guess it would have been, and some of those comic book mystery boxes. Kind of getting away from the mystery boxes in general. Definitely not doing any more Funko Pop mystery boxes except for Marvel Collector Corps. The value on them is trash. Probably won't do too many comic book mystery boxes, mostly because I'm trying to sell my comic books. I don't need to be buying more. I am sending off a lot of books to get graded. So when those come back, I'll definitely share those with you. But aside from that, there's just going to be less and less than that. And what I'm doing a lot of now is thrifting. And as we get into garage sale season and estate sale season, there's just going to be so much more of that, at least so much more opportunity for that coming up. And it's something I really enjoy doing. My wife and I have a ton of fun basically going treasure hunting. But you know, almost every video, I'm sitting here talking about, oh, this is going to sell for this, or oh, I get this for for this amount. And I mean, I watch videos all the time where people are like, oh, I sell these in my shop all day long, and I get and they'll be like, I get $20 for these all day long, and I'm looking at it and going, no, you don't, because it retails at Target for $3. You don't get that. You're just talking out your ass. You know what I mean? So I just want to show that I'm not talking out my ass. I'm definitely telling you guys the truth. Not because I'm some wizard or something. It just, honesty is very important to me, and authenticity in my channel is very important to me. So I want to put my money where my mouth is. I want to start with this one. This is, without a doubt, my largest flip by margin. Not my highest price flip, but my highest flip by margin. I found this DVD at Goodwill, San Francisco 49ers 5 Greatest Games. I was looking at the video games like you've seen me do, and as I was kind of working my way down the shelf and looking for some of the wrestling DVDs for my collection, the spine of this disc was flashing at me. It was so crystal clean, and none of the DVDs at my Goodwill are clean. They are all dirty and dingy and kind of gross, even on the best days. This thing was immaculately clean. So I pulled it out and I took a look at it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. 5 Greatest Games, blah, blah, blah. 49ers, that's kind of cool. I know some people that would be into that. I put it back. And I was looking at some other DVDs, and it kept drawing my attention. I pulled it out and I looked at it again. I'm like, man, this thing's kind of cool. And I looked at the back and oh, Super Bowl victories. I didn't even realize that that's what it was the first time I looked at it. So I'm thinking to myself, that's cool. It's got their 5 Super Bowl wins on it. That's cool. Their Super Bowl wins go back decades. So those would be some really interesting games to watch, just to see, how the game has evolved, how the television presentation has evolved. So I was like, that's kind of cool. And it was on 5 discs. Discs were immaculate. I don't even think this thing had ever been watched. It had been given as a gift or purchased, opened out of the shrink wrap, and then never touched again. It was pristine. But I put it back. Got up, I was walking around, I was looking at some other stuff, and I don't know, something about it. There was just something about this DVD. I went back and I looked at it another time, and I'm thinking to myself, this feels like money to me. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's not money, I know people that would like it. So, if I'm thinking to myself that it's 5 DVDs. It's got to sell for at least $20, and they're only asking 6. It seems like I should get this. So I had it in my hand. I'm walking around. I'm like, I'm just going to look it up. Has anybody sold this? My eyes almost burst out of my skull. $100? Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. I now look for this everywhere I go. This is now my white whale. Okay, I look for this everywhere. That's crazy return. $6 into $100. Got out to the car. I listed it immediately. That's why the picture's kind of janky, because I'm literally propping it up on the steering wheel. I took the picture. There's sun coming in through the window. I cropped the picture to get the steering wheel out of it. I'm like, this thing's going up now. I wanted nothing more because we were going to lunch. I wanted nothing more to sit down to lunch, and this thing has sold. You know what I'm saying? It actually took a couple days to sell. Let's see, we bought it on a Saturday probably. I think it sold by Tuesday or Wednesday, so it didn't take very long, but it did take a little while. I expected to get offers on it, so I was really surprised when somebody just paid full price, no questions asked. But I was like, okay, that's awesome. But they didn't pay for it right away, and so it kind of raised a red flag. And then I got this email like, thanks for accepting our bid. We'll pay you soon. It was really weird. I was getting bad vibes, like really bad vibes from it. Got another email from them that said, please package it this way. Please put this on the label. Please upload tracking information immediately. At this point, I figured out that it's a drop shipper just based on the communication with them. I'm perfectly fine with that. If someone's buying it from me for $100 and they can sell it for $200, God bless them. I'm turning $6 into $100. They're turning $100 into $200. I think at that point we would basically be making the same margin, same profit margin. But I was like, I don't even care. Like, that's fine. Good for you, you know. But then I went to print the shipping label, and the shipping name was weird. It was a business name, but it was a different business name than all the emails I had received. And obviously people use handles or screen names in eBay, but then when you get the shipping label, it's their real name. You're usually shipping it to John Q. Public. It was going to Shop Airlines was the name of the company. And I don't know. The whole thing struck me as weird, so I ended up doing some research on them. There were a ton of complaints. I almost canceled the sale. Everyone was calling it a scam. This is bogus. eBay is not doing anything to, they should be kicked off, blah, 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 blah. But all of the complaints were from like 2008 or something like that. Or they were from 2011. They were from 8 or 9 years ago. 2011 and 2012. And they had like 40-some thousand positive reviews. I couldn't find any negative reviews on eBay. All the negativity I was finding was off eBay. But then I also found a bunch of comments that were much more recent that were like, okay, they're a drop shipper. You just have to do the things they need you to do, and then it's no problem. People were complaining that they were sending it, they were being paid, and then they'd get a complaint like a month later that it had arrived destroyed, and eBay just goes, oh, okay, and they refund the buyer, and you're out whatever it was you sent them. But there was a couple comments that specifically called that out. Like, the only reason it's getting destroyed is because they're opening the package, and they're opening the package because you didn't put the item number on the label like they asked you to. If you put the item number on there, they don't open it. They can match it up to their buyer and just directly send it to wherever the destination is. So I felt a little bit better about that. I figured I'm only into it for $6. It's going to cost me $3 to ship it. If it goes south, I won't have to pay the selling fees on it. So the most I'm going to be out is like $10. And then I was able to find actually a Yahoo News article from years ago. Apparently the Shop Airlines, is an actual business relationship that eBay got into to open up the eBay shop to Japan of all places. So everything that sells through Shop Airlines, at least originally, I don't know if they've expanded, but originally it was all going to Japan. I don't know why somebody in Japan would be interested in the 49ers, but good for them. Be my guest. I decided to just cross my fingers and let it go and just hope for the best. And so far, I haven't had any problems. I got the money. I got positive feedback. I think we're okay at this point. Since we did the chase hunt, I thought I'd share this with you. This is the Kevin Nash and Diesel Pop set. I sold them both together, $59.99, full asking price. I learned my lesson from the Dark Phoenix Pops. I should have paired those together. You get a little bit more money on the total sale, and you move the product out. I got a bunch of Dark Phoenix Pops just sitting right now. They're not even listed because they're not really worth anything. There's so many of them available for sale, and it's not vaulted yet, so there's just not a ton of value there. But by pairing them together, you can usually get a larger asking price, and you can move some inventory. The Naomi Chase is not sold yet. The Vanya Chase hasn't sold yet. I did sell one set of Diesel and Naomi, the commons together. I think I sold it for $16, which is basically the break even after fees. I've got all of them listed together as pairs at the break-even point, because I'm at this point happy to not lose money on the commons, make a little bit of money on the chases, and just move the inventory out of my bins over here. This was a really fun one, but also a lesson learned. This is a Scrubbing Bubbles automatic shower cleaner. I had been watching a video on YouTube where this guy found this at a Goodwill. I think he paid $13 for it. And he's like, this thing sells for $300 on Amazon. And I was like, there's no way it sells for $300 on Amazon. There's no way. Why would it? And I looked it up. They're not even available on Amazon, but there is some listings on there from, third-party sellers for like, I think it was $280 something. I was like, that's insane. That's ridiculous. So I looked it up on eBay, and it sells for around $100 on eBay. I was like, okay, that makes a little more sense. Basically, I guess the thing's been discontinued. It's just a canister that it's battery operated. It suctions to the wall of your shower, and on a timer, it shoots out this scrubbing bubble spray. In theory, meaning that you don't have to wash the soap scum out of your shower ever. But I don't see how it works without rinsing the scrubbing bubbles off. I don't get it. Anyways, the very next day, I'm at Goodwill, and I find it in the box, staring right at me. Only $6.99. I grabbed it up. I snatched that sucker so fast. I was so excited to find this the very next day after I had learned about it. Got home, listed it. I think I had it up originally for $100 or best offer. In my head, I had it figured that it would fit in a large flat rate box, so I'm thinking it's going to cost me $20 to ship. I got an offer for $70. I didn't even care. Took it. I was happy. I turned, again, $6 into $70. Not going to complain about that. I don't need to get top dollar on this thing. It was kind of a whim to buy it in the first place. Unfortunately, it was like a 1/4 inch too big for a large flat rate box. So it cost me like $28 to ship. So I paid $7 in fees to eBay. So that brings my gross down to 63, not including PayPal fees. So let's just say 60, I guess. I paid $6 for it. That brings it down to 64. Let's say 65 with tax. And then I paid almost $30 in shipping. So I only made like $30 on it, which was still cool. I'm not going to balk at $30. That's still a great flip on $6. But I should have made at least a few dollars more. I shouldn't have done free shipping, even if it meant that I only got $50 or $60 for it. If I had charged shipping, I think my net would have been higher overall. I'm really getting away from doing free shipping. I got a couple of things that are still listed that are sort of legacy items, and it's whatever. If they sell and I got to pay shipping, it is what it is. But for the most part, I'm just doing shipping on top because it really messes up the economics when you get an offer. If I had listed this for 100 plus shipping and somebody offered me 70 plus shipping, I'm taking it. I'm getting, almost double what I actually got for, what I netted for it in the end. But even if they offered me $60 plus shipping, I'm still doing better. I'm paying less fees. And, it's just a more manageable, selling experience, I guess. But anyway, I haven't seen one since. This is another one that I always keep an eye out for just because it sold really fast and it sells for a high price. I don't know how many are left. That they apparently don't make them anymore, so I'm guessing there aren't too many left out there, but I'll definitely grab them, when I see them. I want to share this with you because I talk about it every month. Micro brawlers. I included the Kevin Steen pin in this. I haven't typically included the pin, not for any reason other than in my mind I was going to lot the pins together and sell them separately, but I had a bunch of pins lotted together and couldn't sell them to save my life. Nobody wanted them. So I'm just sort of throwing it in with the micro brawler for the most part, hoping that it commands a couple extra bucks from buyers. And it helps me stand apart from anyone else who's selling their micro brawler. I noticed people get the Pro Wrestling Crate and then they sell everything one piece at a time, and it's like they're selling t-shirts. The t-shirts they sell for 30 or 40 sometimes I'll see listed, and the micro brawler is 30 and the pin is 10, and I'm just these like ridiculous prices, and I don't think they're actually selling it for that, but that's what they're listing it for. I'd rather I'd rather break even on the box. I like I say every month, I get the 2 T-shirts. That's what I like. I get the DVD. I want the DVD. If I can sell the other stuff in there for enough that it basically pays for the box, I'm stoked for that. So I think I had this listed originally for $30. Received an offer for 25. Happy with that. I'll take that all day long. I do free shipping on the micro brawlers because it's only like $2 or $3, and it usually is pretty competitive. There's usually a lot of people selling them, so I want to try to get mine moved and sold as quickly as possible. Because after a few days of it being out, the buyers are basically gone. There's nobody left for the most part that's interested. So when it comes to the micro brawlers, anything that can make my listing stand out, I'm willing to do. Throwing in the pin that I don't care about, putting free shipping that basically doesn't cost me anything, happy to do. So $25. What did I pay? $2.50 in fees. Like I said, shipping is $3. So was that $18 ish I got back on a box that cost me $30. So I'm only out $12 right now. I got a wrestling DVD and 2 T-shirts for $12. You can't beat that anywhere. This was kind of a fun one for me. I was at a charity auction back on, I think it was November 1st. It was right after Halloween. And they had this Mariner / Ichiro gift basket in the silent auction. I think I paid $45 for the basket. It was crazy. And it had two bobbleheads in the box, another bobblehead out of the box, a Ichiro Funko Pop, and then a bunch of hats and t-shirts and things. Like I said, I bought it for $45. The unboxed bobblehead sold almost immediately. I got $30 for that. The comps on these box ones were kind of around $100 for both, which is where this started. This was a tough sale, man. This, you can see it sold or delivered January 24th, and I bought it, November 1st, and had it listed by Monday, after the weekend. And they kind of sat there for a long time, and I kept lowering the price. I think at one point I had it down to $50 for the 2 of them. I just wanted them gone. And then somebody bought them and then canceled it or refused to pay or something like that. So then I relisted them, and I listed them at $75. And then about a month later, I guess at that point, I got the offer for $67.77. It was such a random amount. I was like, okay, sure. So shipping on top of that, like I said, I only paid $45 for the basket. I sold these 2 for $68. I sold the other bobblehead for $30. I sold the Funko Pop for $25. $25. I've got a bag over here full of hats and t-shirts that are going to go up here in the next couple days as we get into baseball season. So, I mean, in the end, I'll probably double or maybe even... No, I'll triple my money on that basket. If I paid $45 for it, I've already more than doubled my money. So I'll at least triple my money on that basket. And it was one of the first quote-unquote buys I made after we kind of started this adventure of flipping stuff. So I was really happy with that, and this is one that I just feel good about. It just makes me happy that I did so well on that. I thought I'd share these ones with you real quick as well, since we did the unboxing. This was the Funko Cyber Monday / 12 Days of Christmas bundle. I paid like $220 after tax because I had to pay sales tax on it. And for the most part, that Cyber bundle has been a complete bust. Most of those pops aren't worth anything. There's no demand for them. You can still buy, as of today, what is today? It's February 28th as I record this. You can still, on the Funko Shop website, buy the Cyber Monday bundle. It's disgusting, actually, how poorly received they were. People were so angry that you couldn't buy them individually like you could in past years. But I got mine early, and I had my stuff listed right away, and so I was able to sell most of it. Scooby-Doo sold for $39.99. I lotted up the 2 Warriors, the Fury Red and Green Pops, sold those for $50 as a pair. Icy Bear sold for $36. And this Frankenberry, the 10-inch Frankenberry that was sort of the key item in the box for most people, I kind of messed up on this one. I sold it for $60. I was having this conversation with this guy that bought it for like 3 or 4 days. He really wanted it, and he just, at least according to his story, didn't have the money. I got the impression he was probably pretty young. Had a long conversation with him back and forth, and I was willing to make a deal with him because I don't like the 10 inchers, and this thing was massive, and I wanted it gone. I ended up selling it to him for $60 with free shipping. I just, he really wanted it, and I wasn't getting any other hits on it or bites on it. And sometimes it's just about getting stuff to the home it's supposed to go to. This Frankenberry cost me like $35 to ship. It was disgusting. I took a bath on this pop. I don't know. I guess I lost money. I think if I add it all up, I've added up before, and I think I have almost broke even on the Cyber Monday bundle. I still have 7 or 8 of them left. There was only 12 in the box. So just selling the other 5 or 6 or 7, however many it was, almost paid for the whole thing because I got them out early before the prices really dropped. The rest of them are still worth, between $10 and $25. So if I could move the rest of them, if I could find buyers for the rest of them, I'd make a couple of bucks. I certainly wouldn't lose any money, which, if the worst you do is break even, it's not exciting, but it's not the end of the world. So unfortunately that Cyber Monday bundle was kind of a bust, but I did want to show you that I moved a good number of them, and we did okay on enough of them that we didn't take a complete bath on the $225 or whatever it was that we spent to get it. I'm tempted to tag a blooper reel onto the end of this video because I've recorded this outro, I swear to God, 24 times, and I just keep rambling, which is why my voice is like dying as I talk right now. Swig of whiskey for the working man. Oh my God. That might also be why my voice is getting shot. Hey, that's some of the stuff we sold over the last couple of months. Certainly not everything, just a couple of key items I wanted to share with you. The 49ers DVD, some of the stuff we've unboxed on the channel. As I do more thrifting and I do more sourcing, and as we get into the garage sale season and estate sale season, there's just going to be more of those videos. I'm going to be buying more stuff, and I'm going to be moving more stuff on eBay just by the nature of doing more sourcing. So there are going to be more of these videos. This is just me sharing my story with you all, hoping to learn some of your stories and build a little community of people that share some interests. You know what I'm saying? As always, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below, all that good stuff. I will see you next time.